Hi guys, Justine Leslie here. Welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm an intuitive reader and teacher, and today, and I help awakened and sensitive souls intuitively navigate this crazy world. And by doing that, today I am doing a romance reading for February, the second week of February of 2020. I'm doing something a little bit different for this video. Last couple of weeks when I started this, I did. I did the spreads the way of karmic, twin flames, soulmates, and then being single. I'm actually going to take out the karmic relationships because there's just so much, like it has to be its whole other spread because it's just a giant healing that needs to be done for sure. It's not exactly a connection I necessarily want to talk about. It's actually supposed to be temporary, so we already know the outcome of it. So I just want to concentrate on twin flame soulmates and then us single people here. And I'm changing it up, and I'm probably going to do this for the rest of the weeks. And also to remind you, it's Valentine's Day this week. So I'm excited to see what comes up for everybody in these connections. So no offense to the karmic relationships and the karmic connections. I've been in many in my lifetime. It's just I want to concentrate on more of the healthy ones. Again, twin flame is similar. It's almost like a hybrid of a karmic relationship and a soulmate relationship, but I want to focus more on these connections, right? And kind of put it out there and not concentrate so much on the karmic, right? I think you guys get it. All right, so let's start, and let's actually start with the twin flame relationship and the twin flame connection, right? Doesn't necessarily have to be in union. So let's begin. All right, so positive change. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Okay, so definitely a positive change. This one is actually pretty literal for the week. So twin flames, it looks like somebody is, it looks like actually one party, I can't tell if it's the divine feminine or the divine masculine, but one of the parties really wants to, has gone through some healing on their own. So again, it could... I would say probably half and half. What I mean by that is I'm talking about half of you guys are in union and half of you guys aren't, as far as the collective consciousness goes and all of these connections. But it almost feels like only one party has done some of their healing and wants to instill positive change. So, and here's the other thing, guys, with twin flame connections, you don't necessarily have to be together to get this reading, right? You know who I'm talking about when I say twin flame, right? So positive change from one end only, and I'm not sure which end. It actually almost feels like the divine masculine party. So I would definitely look out for some positive changes with the divine masculine for this week. Okay, divine masculine coming up again. Stag, trust and thrive. So anytime I see the stag card, it means please get into more of masculine energy and trusting in from that energetic place. You will the relationship will thrive with a lot of doing, right? So that's masculine energy. So let me kind of break that down. This means that this positive change that's happening, it's really not going to go or do anything unless there's some action attached to it. So if there are positive changes that need to be made within the relationship and within the connection, we need to do. And we need to actually actively make the positive change. This is not just talking about it. This is about actual actions. I think you guys know what I mean by that. Let's see the last one. We got this one in the collective consciousness reading. We have trust. Makes a lot of sense. Like I said, it really feels like romance is coming through this week because it is Valentine's Day. And so trust. We need to trust this connection. We need to trust the other person. I feel, I'm talking to you divine feminines, I feel like you need to be trusting the divine masculine a little bit more. It feels like the divine masculine has hurt the divine feminine a lot, especially in the last few weeks. But it's really important that the divine feminine really starts to trust the divine masculine, because even if we're making these positive changes and we're taking the action to make the positive change, it's really not going to come to fruition unless there's actual trust within the relationship. And that's any relationship, guys. if you have a relationship that's untrusting, yeah, this is even friendships and platonic connections, this is not a relationship for you. So it's so important that you relinquish that. And again, from the collective consciousness reading, we got that this week is going to be a massive healing with trust being the center of it. So this makes a lot of sense. Okay, soulmate relationships. All right, Magic Guardian, unlock the magic within. Okay, so this is also pointing to more of an interdependent type reading. And what that means is that we're talking to both of you on a separate type of end, not the connection together. And that's what's coming up. It's very interesting. So basically, and this could be linked to the personal card in the collective consciousness reading. You see how these kind of blend in. It's very interesting. But for this week, it's important that you spend a lot of time enhancing your own personal strengths and also your own personal truth, as well as your own personal passions and purposes as individuals. So this actually feels like a week of like being very interdependent and very focusing on yourselves, which is interesting, right? Because soulmate connections are mostly for the evolution of the soul, obviously, but it always seems to be calmer, more peaceful, and more of a genuine, authentic connection. This is saying that connection will happen interdependently. So do your own hobbies, spend some time away from him this week or her this week, and things are going to flourish. That's all I'm kind of getting. So let me see what the second card is about. Okay, makes sense. Piggybacking off of this, Mother Mary, nurture yourself. So it's really, really important for self-care and interdependence this week between you guys. Again, this I know it may not make sense right now, but what's happening is, and what I believe is happening, is that spending time by yourselves and really becoming more whole and complete on your own is definitely going to obviously benefit the relationship. So look into that for sure. Do not worry that it is Valentine's Day this week. You guys will end up spending, much needed time towards the end of the week about that, but really it's really about you. You want to be your best self for your partner anyway, so definitely focus on yourself, nurture yourself, do what you need to do to nurture yourself. I don't know how else to say it. Okay, so this makes a lot of sense. Hermit, retreat and recharge, which means towards the end of the week, this is one of the last cards, I definitely see you guys spending some one-on-one time together, so it makes a lot of sense. So you really do need to be separate and interdependent this, I would say all the way up until the end of the week, to really get yourselves in a place where you feel whole, worthy, and complete, so you can come together at the end of the week and have like a peaceful weekend together, which is awesome. Cool. So everything seems pretty good in both connections. Now, single people, here we go. Same card. We've gotten this card in the collective consciousness, fire guarding, ignite your passions. I already mentioned that, right? I mentioned that interdependently within the soulmate connection, and this is also for single people. So what does this mean? Guys, please, please, please start focusing. The word focus comes up again. Focus on what brings you joy. What brings you joy? What is your passion? What is your purpose? Once you start moving into that energy, you can start attracting other, who believes in law of attraction here? You attract what you are, not what you want. Let's always remember that. So if you are a more joyous person and you are fulfilling your passions and your purposes every single day in some type of way and doing one thing that really fulfills you every single day, you're going to attract somebody with the same. You don't want to be with somebody that doesn't have any passions. And I say this all the time, guys, and I really mean it, is that it's better to be passionate than apathetic. And you don't want to be with somebody that's apathetic. It's too boring for you. Nobody wants to level up. It's very stagnant. You don't want to be in this type of connection. So please, please, please focus on yourself, get your own personal empowerment, and really focus on the things that bring you joy. And even when you're focusing on things that bring you joy or doing things that make you happy, you're going to meet like-minded people. So it goes both ways, energetically and physically. You're going to be around people and connect with people that have the same values, same alignment, same passion, same purposes, okay? All right, I see a lot of freedom this week. And this is interesting because basically it's saying, like, go all out. Like, do the things that you feel like you need to do to, that may have seemed outrageous, or I didn't pause the video, did I? Okay, I didn't. That seem outrageous. Like, the first thing that came to mind and that really sticks out is that she has blue hair. Hina has blue hair. If you want to dye your hair like a crazy color, go for it. You have to change you have to do something outrageous. Like, it's almost like it's your wild child is trying to get out, and it's really the divine feminine. So I'm talking to you, divine feminine. But if you're in a male body, please look into how you can kind of get your divine feminine out and do something outrageous. And that could actually be, and anything could be outrageous to you, right? That could be ballroom dancing lessons or salsa dancing lessons, which again, it tends to be a little bit more on the feminine side. And that could be an example, right? But really, especially divine feminine, especially if you're single and you guys are unattached, change things up this week. Do something crazy. Let your wild child out. We all have a wild child, okay? So go ahead and do that for this week. Trust comes up again here. Shaman, trust in higher forces. Okay, so this actually is pointing a little bit more towards letting go, acceptance, but also more towards manifesting. So once we can get ourselves right this week, and get ourselves in a place of joy and just having more fun, being more playful, being our wild child, inner child selves, we can get towards the end of the week and really start trusting that the right partner will come our way. Does that make sense, guys? And does that resonate? I'm sorry if you hear a car alarm. I am actually in New York City, so noise all the time. It's almost impossible to get away from it. Okay, guys. So hopefully this was helpful for you. An interesting week in the romantic department. Light and love to you guys, and I will be on next week. And also subscribe to my channel if you want to see more videos and be alerted with these with new videos that I put out every week for the collective consciousness and the romance reading, obviously. So thanks, guys. See you next week. Bye.